What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is unlike your regular old podcast here with the Seth Show here. This is actually a new thing that I'd like to call Talk is Cheap. And then with this is a new podcast that I'm creating here where I talk about random subjects and allow people to come into the chat box and talk about random things that they would like to discuss. And I will talk with them about it. And I will talk with them, about the subject. Will I push the issues? Yes and no. There are some subjects that I will get onto with this whole thing with the Talk is Cheap. Of course, I am yours truly, DJ Seth Wheat. This isn't your podcast with the Seth Show here. This is a whole different subject here. Now, I can't take phone calls, but for the next half hour, what I am going to do is be talking about random things, and if anybody wants to come up on the chat box and say hello and all of that, I would certainly appreciate it. And for any of y'all who are having problems, I can talk to you guys about it as well. Now, for the next half hour, which I'm only doing this for about half an hour, I'll be talking about random subjects, which is the episode that I called Random Chat. So with this podcast here, I'm not gonna be playing any music. This isn't the Seth Show here. This is Talk is Cheap. So welcome to my first podcast of Talk is Cheap. The first subject I want to get on is the whole fact with the World Wrestling Entertainment. Now, you all have all heard about what's going on with Hulk Hogan and all of that. And I marked this explicit due to language that I will use because I'm not afraid to use language. I think what the World Wrestling Entertainment is doing with Hulk Hogan, getting rid of him, I think it's bullshit because of the fact that, for one, they're taking their frustrations out over a sex tape that happened 8 years ago, and not only that, but some language that he used 8 years ago. I mean, really? I think it's a bunch of bullshit that they're getting rid of him, getting rid of everything that has to do with him, and all his alumni, all of the bullshit that he had in the WWE. And the fact that they're getting rid of it is absolute bullshit. Just bullshit. I don't mind people coming into the chat box and speaking their opinions because everybody is entitled to their own opinions. So, to me, I think it's bullshit that they're getting rid of Hulk Hogan. They even took him out of the Hall of Fame and the new WWE 2K16 game coming out too. And I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. Why would you do that? Why? Another subject I'd like to get off to is also the fact that with all this bullshit with Donald Trump too, and everybody's wanting to vote him as president in next year's election. If he was to become president, money-wise, I think, yes, he would actually do fine as a president. But action-wise, I think he would get us all killed because he is a complete dumb fuck is what he is. And I will say that he is a complete dumb fuck with a toupee. Why the fuck would we want somebody like him as our president? Why? I don't see where we need a dumbass like him as president. I really don't. And then everybody starts going after Hillary Clinton about bullshit that happened too with her. Why don't y'all just knock it off with the bullshit over her? Leave the shit alone. I mean, really, what the fuck? Let's see, what's another one that I can talk about here? This is random chat here. Oh, I can also talk about movies also. Like, for example, they're coming out with a Ghostbusters 3 a new Ghostbusters movie with a whole female cast. I see no problems with it. However, though, I think it's sad to say, though, that instead of just leaving Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 alone, they're going to pull out another one with a whole female cast. I am not against women doing any movies, but why can't you just leave the Ghostbusters movies alone? I mean, really? Bring in a whole female cast. I mean, it's funny. They decided to do it anyways, which is coming out next year. Why, I have no idea. And, of course, you got a whole bunch of movies coming out next year that I'm anxious to see. Like, for example, you got Batman versus Superman coming out. You got the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out. A whole bunch of movies coming out next year. So, I mean, there's a lot of movies coming out next year that I'm looking forward to. Some of them that I'm not looking forward to. Like, for example, some of the movies that I am looking forward to, as I said, which one of them is, the Civil War is coming out with the Captain America Civil War. You got, let's see, what's another one? I know in a couple of years you got the Black Panther movie supposed to be coming out, in which Black Panther is supposed to be making a cameo in Civil War. So hopefully that'll be good. Hopefully. Let's see what else. Trying to think. They got another Jump Street coming out, which I don't. Hello, damn thing. That was random. Sorry about that. And of course, you got another Jump Street coming out, which I don't know why the hell they got another one of those coming out. And of course, then I hear there's going to be another. Then of course I hear that there's going to be another reboot to Nightmare on Elm Street. Why the fuck can't you leave this shit alone? I mean, really? Why? I just don't understand why the fuck they can't leave shit alone. Leave the originals alone with Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. I mean, really, why? Another one is let's see here. Of course, everybody's also going on about Ronda Rousey supposedly fighting Floyd Mayweather, which, if the rumor is true about that, then my own opinion, Ronda Rousey is going to take his ass down. And the reason for that is because of the fact that and the reason for that is because of the fact that Ronda Rousey has been able to beat five fights, and with the matter of 2 minutes total in all 5 fights, even though it was like 30 seconds each, 30 to 34 seconds each. So, I think for her, I think it would be a hell of a fight, and I don't think it would last long with Floyd Mayweather. The only thing I will give credit to where credit is due with him is the fact that he is fast. However, though, where he's fast with his punches, though, he's not going to be able to take Ronda Rousey with her submission locks that she's got. So I think Floyd Mayweather may not have that. I think she'll actually kick his ass on that one. But everybody says, that it would be a good fight. It'd be a good fight. It'd be a good fight. Well, it's not going to last long. And plus, here's the funny thing. Here's the other funny thing. Because of the fact that if this fight happens, Mayweather may actually back out of it. Because he's too much of a damn pussy. Excuse my language. I did mark it explicit for it, though. But that's what I'm saying, though. If for some reason this fight happens, Mayweather may actually back out of it. Because of the fact that he's too much of a wimp to actually do anything. I don't think... I think Ronda Rousey could take. I really do. I really think she could take his ass. And if she does, it's not going to be It's not going to be a long fight. It's going to be a quick fight. So, and of course, let's see what else do I got here. Oh yeah, we're going to get on the subject here of bullying here. Bullying is going all over the world here. Not just here in the United States. All over the world. All over the world. Kids at a very, very young age, young teenagers killing themselves, being bullied from people calling them names, people picking on them and all of that. And it's really, 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 really getting out of hand. It really, truly is. I think it's wrong that these kids are bullying everyone, and the sad thing is the fact that nobody's doing anything about it, and I think that's totally wrong. I really do. Because if the teachers were to do something to these kids, I don't think there would be any problems. But the teachers will not do nothing about it. They absolutely will not do anything about it. And I think that's sad, though. And it's not just the teachers, it's the parents, too. The parents aren't doing nothing to their children, knowing the fact that they are going out and bullying these children. And I think it's bullshit. I think these parents and these teachers need to get their asses kicked. For one, for letting it happen. Two, for having the kids actually letting them do it. I mean, it's just bullshit. And you wonder why these young teenagers don't even have a chance to live life, because they believe the only way out of it is to kill themselves. And it's wrong. It is completely messed up. I am totally against bullying. I've been bullied before. I have been bullied my life, half of my life. And it's no fun. It's really not. I know what it's like being bullied. I've been there, done that. People have called me fat, and those of y'all who have seen my pictures and everything, those of y'all who have seen my picture would think to yourselves, well, you're not that fat. I was chunky when I was in school, when I was in middle school. I was chunky. And the funny thing is I too was being called fat and all of that. So I know what these kids go through. I'm not, they're not alone on this. I mean, it's heartbreaking to hear about all of this. It really, truly is. If I could, I'd go up to the schools and talk to these kids about bullying. It's really ridiculous. It really is. Did you learn to stand up for yourself? You know what, Josh? I did learn to stand up for myself, but I also learned not to listen to crap either. Because a lot of these, one in particular, and I'm not going to mention his name, but he bullied me for a long, long time, and it got to the point when I got into my freshman or sophomore year that I finally learned to pretty much say, you know what, all you're doing is just talking shit. You know, all it is just bullshit. You know, if you were to beat me up or any of that bullshit, you actually would have done it already. All he ever did was just talk, and all I could do was just laugh, because all it was bullshit. And that's what I pretty much learned. Guys like them, all they like to do is talk. You know, they're more talk than they are action. And and I learned that one. And I've even learned to open up my eyes now and see the truth in a lot of people out there nowadays. I'm not blind. I'm not blind. You know, a lot of people think I am. And you know what, Josh? You and I are a lot alike because of the fact that we are cousins. And you and I are a lot alike because I've seen pictures of when you were young, too. And you were about like me. You were about like me. So I can understand with you being bullied, too, buddy. I do have to share this, though, because it is true. And it did happen. Some people probably wouldn't know this, but I did do it once. I've never hit anybody in the face before, ever in my life. What I did, when I was in first or second grade, I got bullied. And this one kid always bullied me into wanting me to give him his lunch money. And I told him that I would never give him any lunch money. And he told me that if I didn't give him my lunch money, he was gonna kick my ass. Well, the funny thing is, he did a couple of times, and this is where it gets good. The last time he did that, he jacked me up, put me up on this hanger in the bathroom stall, and before he knew it, I pulled my shirt up, dropped down on the floor, tapped him on the shoulder, and as he turned around, I knocked the fuck out of him, right in his face. And let me tell you something, it was the last time he ever asked for my lunch money ever again, because of the fact that after that, he